Hello, Bits and Bones. Before you get any ideas from the title of this video, no, it's not clickbait, but it's also not a pity party. I'm coming to you au naturel, which will probably never happen again, because I thought putting effort into my appearance would detract from the story, message, the conversation that I want to have about being ugly on YouTube. I started writing an article on this topic, but realized that you can't really get my vibe from something like that, or take my word for something if you can't see that I'm being genuine about it. If any white knights find this, trust me, the princess is fine. She just wants to talk about her feelings over a hot cup of social tea. It's a bit presumptuous of me to say this, but please don't bother trying to say anything nice to me about my appearance or whatever. I'd like to think that I'm a very rational person and I can look at myself objectively, and I know that I'm not hideous by any means. I'm just certainly not pretty. So today I wanted to talk about being ugly on YouTube, or conventionally unattractive if you want to be more PC about it. First, I'd just like to generally talk about the obvious. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but ugliness is too. You and me aren't going to agree on what we find attractive, but there are some universal factors. Because we were all cavemen once upon a time, we'll likely never get over the fact that we find healthiness attractive. There's a million signifying factors that constitute healthiness. It could be the brand of clothes you're wearing, because that indicates your social status or social hierarchy. Got it. Like I said, it's subjective. I think, however, we can all kind of agree on some things, like how pimples aren't attractive. Poor skin can denote a variety of things, from being poor to being sickly to just having bad genes. That's the unattractive quality which defines me the most, at least that's what I think. I have adult acne, and I don't think I've ever not had a blemish on my face since I hit puberty. Puberty! Cannot talk. Not just because it's a touchy subject. Now, you're probably assuming that the talk I want to have is about inherent disadvantage, which is true, but there's also a bit more to it. This isn't necessarily a woe is me video. Being unattractive or having worse aesthetics than other YouTubers, or any creator in general, is certainly a disadvantage. Even I'm guilty of playing into this narrative that those at the bottom stay at the bottom. When I find a new YouTuber, if I don't find them pleasing to look at, or I don't like their voice or the background that they're filming in front of, I won't give them as much leniency or invest as much attention into them. It's sad, but we do judge books by their cover. And if a small creator like this, like me, doesn't hook me with their content quickly, I'll click away. Whereas I'd probably watch a video of a pretty person talking about nothing for longer because it's non-offensive to what I find aesthetic. If you want to reject the idea of this, go ahead, but it's kind of inherently human thing. We don't do it consciously. It's not anybody's fault. We're not bad people. Now, the creators that slip through this dichotomy are creators with a hook. I don't want to send any hate to Badlands Chugs. I don't know him as a person, and I don't watch his content. But in general, I don't understand the appeal of his content. He's a man with an apparent unhealthy weight who indulges in content that only harms him in that regard. Because I don't want to encourage that behavior, I personally avoid his content, but other people find it fascinating. He's cornered a niche, and it doesn't matter how bad his setup is, people are there for one thing: him drinking a lot of stuff very fast. There are outliers to what I'm saying, and I just want to make it clear that I know they exist. That said, conventionally unattractive people, despite their type of content, inherently get less opportunity simply because it's more pleasing to look at someone who is conventionally attractive. It's a fact. No hate or shade, I'm just saying. As much as this may affect me and my content, what with my not-so-double chin and my big nose and, this is not what I came here to discuss. This knowledge, objective knowledge, of the lenience and opportunity given to attractive people is, however, a factor in decisions that I make. Decisions that I'm sure a lot of small YouTubers make. Hell, even the decision to not even make a YouTube channel because someone might feel like it's a waste of time, no one will watch them. That's a bit of what I'm getting at here. I'm not looking for sympathy, I'm looking for a bit of connection, a bit of real talk. Because I don't see a lot of other small YouTubers out here admitting the weight their appearance plays on their ability to make content. We don't want to admit it because we think people will just think that we're prying for compliments or pity. I took my hiatus on YouTube last year, and I've taken hiatuses before for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's because my setup wasn't worth the trouble, but usually it's because I have a breakout and I can't film. Or it's not that I can't film, it's that I won't film, because I feel ugly, obviously. I've gone through the elaborate setup of this video because I wanted to talk about the mentality that comes with being unattractive on YouTube. Knowing you're being given less of a chance if you're less attractive, and not wanting to waste your own effort. I don't film when I feel ugly, not just because I inherently feel down about it, but because there's an objective reality out there that content I film while I have a breakout, or I have bad lighting, or audio, or even just a shitty thumbnail is wasting my own effort because it's more likely to be ignored. There's that old phrase, put your best foot forward. And it's like, yeah, do that, or don't put a foot out at all because you're handicapping yourself in a race of other people with perfectly functional feet. Did you get what I was saying there? I put off making content, fuck up my schedule, and go on extended breaks because I want my content to have the best chance it can get to be seen and appreciated by others. And it feels like I'm wasting content if I film when I'm ugly. It's like all the good commentary I have to say is wasted because no one is going to click on it based on factors entirely outside of the content itself, like how I look. I could be spitting facts about world economy, but people aren't going to give me the time of day if I don't look like I know what I'm talking about, taking it seriously enough to wear a pantsuit and have my hair done. It's about dressing for the job that you want, but in this case, being a YouTube commentator, I'm held back because of something I can't change. My face, my voice, my setup. And this mentality is a vicious cycle. It's counterproductive. If you want engagement, you have to make content, but you don't make content because it won't get seen. So where does that leave you? And honestly, I don't know. I made this video because I just wanted to admit what goes on in my head as a small creator. Some of us feel like we're damned if we do and damned if we don't, over things that are entirely out of our control. It's pretty depressing, and I'm just looking for kinship, I guess. How much of this is a block that we make for ourselves, and how much of it is valid? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Do you think I'm reasonable, unreasonable? Can you relate to the struggle, or do you think it's non-existent? If you found this video humanizing, like I hoped it would be, feel free to subscribe and even like it. I don't know. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.